there, welcome to our channel. Today we're looking at Untouchable by David Mailu. As a parent, how far or deep can you go to stop your daughter or your son from getting married to, quote unquote, the wrong partner? Will murder ever cross your head? As a man or a woman of marriageable age, what will you do if your parents don't approve your girlfriend or boyfriend? Given a chance to choose your lover or your family, what will you comfortably choose? Untouchable is a story about two university students who fall in love but are afraid of making it public for the fear of their cultural differences. Moses Ndata, a young Kamba boy, falls in love with Tochi, an Indian girl nicknamed Canada due to her racial background. Although the two want to take their relationship to the next level, Moses has a girlfriend, namely Rhoda, while Tochi has been betrothed to Vora, a fellow Indian. They are aware of their cultural expectations, but their love and urge to be together surpasses that. They have a lot in common and unconsciously makes bigger moves which cost their relationship every day. Moses learns that Tochi will be going to spend some time in Mombasa and decides to secretly follow her. They have a great time in the train and the White Sands Hotel. Actually, their bond strengthens. Immediately after returning to Nairobi, they meet at a textbook center and from there, they proceed to the cinema. They realize they had a lot to talk about after the movie and end up spending the night together. And this anchors Tochi's father and her husband-to-be, who spend the better part of the night and morning hours looking for her all over the city. Upon her arrival at her home, her bitter father beats her, which forces her to spend several days under the care of the family doctor and indoors. He also takes her car keys. She is also not allowed to leave their compound without permission and unaccompanied. Surprisingly, the two loverbirds still manage to meet with the help of Dina, Tochi's younger sister, and Maingi, their driver. Tochi, having confessed about her love for Moses, her father decides to change his tactics and tries to buy their love with Kenya shillings 100,000 by offering the money to Moses, who refuses the offer at first but accepts later on. He, in turn, uses the same money to replace Tochi's car, an action that extremely angers the father, so much thus the plot to kill her to avoid the shame of her daughter marrying a black African. He plans for a family holiday to visit Mombasa, but Tochi has to remain behind in order to continue preparing for exams. So while everyone was away, Punja the executor would visit the home and around 3:30 a.m. pour petrol on her, then set her on fire in the kitchen where no items will be affected by the fire. Then word will go out that, quote unquote, she committed suicide. On the material day, Tochi's father, senses the plan might work against him and decides to drive back and save his daughter's life. On arrival, he finds her in company of her usual lover, Moses. This irritates him more. Realizing her daughter's love to Moses didn't have any hope of dying, he secretly plans to have her to go to America, after which her passports will be seized immediately and have her detained by an Indian family there. The plan works perfectly. Moses, while waiting for his lover for 2 years as promised by the dad, he gets back to Rhoda and she traps him with pregnancy. Unfortunately, he is not ready to have a baby. Not with Rhoda. And sensing the same, Rhoda decides to do away with the baby and books an appointment with the doctor. Back in America, Tochi is forced to marry Vora but commits suicide immediately after by throwing herself from 17th floor. Moses receives the bad news from Rao, his friend, and moves to the village, for every part of the city reminded him of her. He could smell her cremated body, and later he hangs himself. Rhoda then decides to keep the pregnancy upon receiving the bad news about the death of the father of her child and a longtime lover. It's an interesting read. Maybe you can get a copy and go through. Thank you so much and bye-bye for now.